Hello everyone, welcome back to another part of our Python series. So in the previous parts, we have discussed about the setup of the VS Code in Python, and then we talk about the module, then we talk about string data type and perform some action on it. So now, before we move ahead with the other data type, let's discuss some of the doubts which you have asked me. So some of you asked why there is an additional folder created automatically named this PyCache under double underscore ahead and double underscore behind. So the reason for this, basically, this is no use of to store it. You can delete it, but why it is created at the first place? So you can see it has the first we have provided the keyword module. So it need this module into cache memory so that it can store these statements and the definition when running this file. So it can provide the values here. Okay. So if you see, I just run it. So you can see then there is an automatically an folder is created. So that's the use of this PyCache. So whenever Python requires anything to be stored into cache memory, so then it's created in this folder and help us to provide the value which you have utilizing into your main file. Okay. That's the one of the doubts which you guys asked. Now let's move ahead with the demo. So before we discuss about the other data types in Python, let's talk about a key aspect of the Visual Studio Code, or basically a real world practice which address a serious issue which we face when working on the real world code basis. Okay, so what is that issue? So as you can see, all my code which I have written it now, it is stored into locally on my download folders. So the problem with that, if I delete any of my file, it will be lost forever. There is no record of it. And what if someone make changes into it? As you can see, in a real world, we have a very big code base, and I will not be able to find out who made the changes and what changes it make. I will not going to scroll every time each and every line. So I need some tracking system who can track who made the changes and what changes did it make. And also I need a centralized location where I can put my code there, because in real world there will be many other developers also working on the same code. Currently it is in my local, I can only use it. So I need a centralized location which also tracks every changes and who made that particular change and what changes did it make. So I need a system which can do all of this. So thankfully that system is exists, and that is known as source control system. So as you go to this third icon, you can see this source control, and you can directly go using this keyboard shortcut Control Shift G. So here you can see it is asking to install a Git. So this is a really popular source control system as I'm talking about, and it also track code changes, which is also our requirement, and you can collaborate with other developers as well. So this perfectly solved our problem, and so Git is a free open source tool, so you can utilize it directly. And also in the real world, even in the MNCs and everywhere, generally I work with the different clients. So everywhere we are utilizing Git as our source control system. Okay. So just click on this download Git for Windows, as we are utilizing it for the Windows. So just click on it. So this will open this link. And so if you are working on any other operating system, so just click on this logo and click on this open new tab. So here in the go to this download section, and here you can choose your preferred operating system and download it accordingly. So currently I'm utilizing Windows. So just click here to download, and it will download the 64-bit version. If you are utilizing 32-bit version on the Windows, then you can download according to that. So it's just going to take a minute to download it. So as my download has been completed, so just click on this open file, and it will ask for an permission to you want to open it. Just click on yes. And here in the select component section, just check this box of add a git bash profile to Windows terminal, and then just click on next and choose everything whatever it is defaultly coming. Just click on next, and it will start installing the our git, and it will just take an 30 seconds time. So just uncheck this box and just click on finish. So now if you go to your Visual Studio and click on this reload link, so just click on reload link, and you can see. So now we are not getting that option of downloading Git for Windows. Now it has detected that Git has been already been installed. Now it is giving us two options: initialize repository and publish to GitHub. But before coming to this, we need to create an account on the GitHub. So Git and GitHub is different. Remember this. So Git is similar to what we have as Windows as operating system. So we have HP laptops, we have Dell laptops, we have Lenovo laptops. So there are different multi-party vendors. Similarly, Git is just like a core operating system on which all these systems work, just like we have Microsoft GitHub, Microsoft Azure also, AWS Code Commit. So there are different third-party tools, just like we have HP, Dell, and Lenovo, but they are all basically inside. They are working on Windows operating system. Similarly, all these GitHub, Azure repositories, and AWS Code Commit, they all work on Git. That's why they just the UI may be different, the packaging may be different, but the git command will remain same and the operation will remain same. So we are going to utilize GitHub. It is a free source code system, so that's why we are utilizing GitHub, and it is not going to take us any charges. So, and also this is the most popular source control system, but they all work same. The command will remain same. So whatever you are going to learn here from Git, it will remain consistent across all your environments. Just the UI will be different, but the terms will remain same. Okay, so let's first create the GitHub account. So let's come to our browser and search for GitHub and click on the first result, github.com. So this will take us to your GitHub website. As you can see, it is utilized by very big organization like 3M, KPMG, Mercedes-Benz, SAP, P&G, TELUS, and many others. And for the individual developers, it is absolutely free. That's why I suggest everyone to put your Git URL into your portfolio or resume which you are putting, and where you can put your sample code and show it to other company recruiters as well, that what you have worked on actually. Okay, so just enter your email address and click on this sign up for GitHub. So again, it is asking for the email address confirmation. Just click on continue and enter the password. Click on continue, and it is asking for username. So choose a username. So choose an username which is available. So Kaustubh Sharma is not available. So I will choose as Kaustubh Sharma AIML. So it is currently available. So just click on continue. And if you want to receive a notification from GitHub, so then you can check this box. Otherwise, click on continue. And here it is asking just like in CAPTCHA we have. So just click on submit and click on create account. So then you will receive a code onto the submitted email address. So just go to your email and copy this code and just paste on your GitHub. So just click on skip personalization down below. And here you can see you are now on the home page of your GitHub. So now we can see here we are getting an option to start a new repository for our username. So repository is basically a folder-like structure which contains all our project file, basically our code, and it also contain our revision history, means who made that changes into our code and what changes did we make in our code. So it will contain all those details, and also collaborator discussion, means when we are collaborating with our fellow developers and discussing them what changes we need to make, then we can utilize GitHub. And so let's create a new repository and you will understand it more better. Let me name it as Python, and you can choose privacy. That means public if anybody on the internet can see this. Basically, you create a public repository when you want to showcase your code to everyone, especially when you are a fresher and you want to showcase your code to HR and other technical recruiters. Then you choose to create a public repository. Otherwise, you want to keep your code safe and restricted to yourself, and you want to choose manually who you want to showcase your code and want to work with your code, then you choose private repository. So I will choose private and click on create a new repository. Okay. So as you can see, my repository has been created. It is private repository. And here I am getting this option to add collaborators, means I can add my fellow developers who can work with the same code along with me. So I can invite them. And here are all the quick setup instruction. Let's go to our VS Code. So now let's open a new Git bash terminal on VS Code. So click on down arrow and here you can see Git Bash option. So this will open a Git Bash terminal, and here you need to set up your username and email address into the Git configuration. So you have to use this command git config and then global flag user.name. Set up your username here, and in the similar way set up your user email address. So just change this user.name to user.email, and in the quotes enter your email address and press enter. And here if you want to check this configuration setting has been saved or not, then type the command git config, then with the list flag, then press enter. And here you can see all the configuration which are there along with the default. In the end you can see there is a colon, which means this file has not been completely shown, so you have to press enter. And here you can see this end, and in the last our username and email address has been added. Then press Q on your keyboard to exit. And now as we have set up our username and email address, now you have to open the command palette. So you can go to option view and command palette, or either you can use the keyboard shortcut Control Shift P and type here clone and select this git clone option and select from clone from GitHub. So this will open a dialog box. The extension GitHub wants to sign in using GitHub. Click on allow. So this will open into your browser and asking for authorization. If you are not signed in, it may ask for username and password as well, but I am already signed in, so it is asking directly me for authorization. So click on authorize Visual Studio Code, and again it will divert me back to my Visual Studio Code. So now I am able to see my repository. So select this, and it is asking me for location. So I will select my download folder and select as repository destination. So again, it is asking me for connect to GitHub so that I don't have to sign in again and again. So just click on sign in with your browser, and it is asking for Git credential manager so it can store my password, and I don't need to be required provide password at every command. Okay, so just click on this authorize Git ecosystem and come back to your browser. And here you can see another dialog box. Would you like to open the cloned repository or add it to current workspace? So just cancel it. You don't need to require. And here you can see this Python folder. So this is our Git repository. So any simple folder or Git repository folder can be differentiated by the presence of a .git folder. So if you open this, so currently you are not able to see it, but if you reveal this into a file explorer, so and then you open this Python folder, so here you can see this .git folder. So if any folder has this .git folder, that means that is a Git repository folder. Okay, if you are not able to see this folder, you can either go to this view option and show, and make sure you select this hidden items option. So now what we can do, we can move our code to this Python folder, and let's open this folder into Visual Studio Code. If you go to source control now, so you can see in changes we see our two files, and there is u keyword, which means they are untracked. Untracked means that these files are not present currently in the repository, and these are the new files. And here you can see the changes, that plus sign indicate these changes are added into this commit. Commit into git terms is simply means saving. Okay, so let's commit all the changes which we make. So here with the every commit, you have to add a useful message. So it is showing module and string demo. So I can add module and string demo, or you can use first commit or anything, any useful message you want to give, and then click on this commit. And here it is asking for would you like to stage all your changes, commit them directly? So click on yes, and then select these three dots and select on push. So this will push our old committed changes to our GitHub repository. And if you come to your GitHub repository and refresh it, so you can see all your files here, our module file and main file. So, and you can see your message and what is the username and everything, and then the history you can see. And here you can directly edit some changes. Suppose I can add a comment from here. So a comment from GitHub. You can treat it as some other developer is making these changes and committing these changes. And you can add accordingly a description or commit message, commit it. And if I go back to my Visual Studio Code again, you can see now I am not able to see that comment. But if I go here and go to this pull push and click on sync and click on OK, so you can see these lines has been added automatically from the centralized location. So that is very useful to remain your code into a sync. And also if by mistake I deleted this file, if I go to this and delete this, I can see this file has been deleted here, and you can see this D keyword which represent this whole file has been got deleted. Okay, so I can discard these changes. So this will restore my file again. And also if suppose someone deleted any line into my file, you can also track those changes into source code. Okay, so here you can see these two lines have been deleted. So using Git is really a good feature to use. We will explore more features as we move ahead with our demo. So that's all in this video. See you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, like, and let me know your suggestion in the comment section.